This video is directed towards African mothers and African women in the whole. First of all, I want to thank you for what you've done, for all you've done training both men and women in a cultural way that imbibe discipline into your children. But I want to emphasize mostly on your deficiencies today, on things you do or things you need to improve on as African parents or mostly African mothers. First of all, I want to say you do a great job raising a female child to become a good wife material, as we so called, and to have the kind of discipline, the kind of mental stability to become a woman that can raise a nation. And also, I can also see the reasons why African mothers develop women or their female child is because they want them to become a good wife, a wife material. And also they are preventing those female child to bring disgrace to them in terms of getting early pregnancy, like stuff like that. So they don't want that to come to their home. But why the African parents are taking a lot of time developing the female child, they lack time to develop the male child, and that becomes a problem. I think a male child needs more time to be disciplined, to be trained as equal to that of the female counterparts. The reason is because if you look at the crime rates, you see that men are prone to committing crimes than women. So I think men needs to be more trained and more nurtured at home also. That's why we don't really encourage a broken home, because you need emotional balance so that the father can play the role of a father in the life of a male child. But as a mother, you develop your female child in a very good way that you forgot developing your male child. And that male child that failed to be developed or properly trained ends up becoming a problem in the future. So that's why you see in African community right now, you're having a lot of single mothers, because you see the male child are not properly trained, and uh, they become to lose their value. They cannot really take responsibility for what they need to take responsibility for. And so the women are becoming single mothers, and they're taking charge of the home instead of the man taking charge of the home. So reasons why you want to train up your child, your male child, because one, it's going to become the breadwinner of the family, and it needs a proper training to be able to take responsibilities in doing his diligent job diligently. And also, they are prone to crimes, as I said prior now. So you don't want them to become criminals. So you don't want them to be those that will be locked behind the bars. So you want to train them very, very well. And also the reason why you want to also train them very well is because most times we have a saying African culture that says, I'm a man, I don't have to do anything. No, this have to be balanced, whereby there should be compensation between a man and a woman, whereby they have to be understanding between the both sex. So I just want to say this to African women, African parents, African mothers. Please develop your male children so that they don't become a big problems for the female child that you've sweats and you've developed your time in raising. So this way you can have both sides being raised properly, and both sides being becoming a good man and a good father and a good citizen in the nature. So what makes a good citizen great? It comes from the home. So the home is the first place where we decide the future of these children. So if you raise them very well at home, I believe they become good ambassadors of your country. So that's all I have to say. Please raise your male child. Male children are turning to become something else.